The Chevrolet Matiz is a good super mini option if you're on a budget. The Matiz's styling won't win any awards for standing out, however it's good looking enough and you can't say that it's ugly. Some may even call it cute, but it's much better looking than the car it replaces, the Daewoo Matiz. Here in the front, obviously the Matiz has quite dinky dimensions and you can really tell in the front you are a bit squashed up and these seats do hug you a bit, but that is good as it is added grip for when you're driving, and remember, this car is best around the city. Despite being a budget car, the Matiz's interior is far from dull. The silver plastic combined with the grey plastic gives a light cabin. Plus, if you go for orange or blue seats, that really does lighten up the mood in the Matiz. It's far from dull, and although the build quality isn't the best, it's still not too bad. And it's not a dull, black, scratchy, plasticky interior like some of its other budget rivals. Spec is what you would expect for a car of its cost. It's got heater controls and a CD player. Now the Matiz is a bit taller than some of its competitors, which means you do get a bit of extra headroom. Legroom is okay, but it really depends on how tall you are and how tall the driver is. But I am okay in here, but maybe taller people might struggle a bit. The Matiz is best for around the city. It's a little budget super mini to whiz around in and dart in and out of traffic. It's pretty okay on the motorway, and surprisingly the owner of this car actually does most of her time on the motorway and she says it's pretty alright. Now I've been on the motorway in this car and it is a little noisy. You do get a few noises and vibrations, but that is expected for the cost of this car. Not everything is well insulated or screwed together, but then again it's really cheap to buy new and it's cheap to buy second hand. So best in the city, but you're alright on the motorway as well. I wouldn't say it's fun to drive, but then again it's really light and really nippy. Now I know what you're thinking. It's budget and it's build quality. What is the build quality like? Well, if you just look down here where this black has started to show, it's when this air freshener, the liquid from this air freshener spilled, all the grey has scraped off. So build quality is alright. It feels pretty well screwed together, but expect a few things to maybe break off in a few years' time. And finally, storage. It's pretty good with cup holders, 2 cup holders there, a little pocket over here to put your stuff in, and very long door bins. Also, we've got a cup holder or a cleaning holder in the back over there. The boot, which doesn't have a button underneath and can only be opened by the key or the pedal by the driver's foot, is very small when you open it. Out! But unless you want to carry bodies round, then for super mini standards, the boot isn't that bad. The boot can be a bit bigger on some of its rivals. In summary, the Matiz does everything it's supposed to do to an okay standard. Apart from the boot, there's nothing that you can't say is bad about the Matiz. It's pretty good for its budget standards. Its budget rivals are much more cheap feeling, whereas the Matiz is got an okay build quality and it's pretty reliable as well.